This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
The city of Moses Lake could resort to removing homeless campers' property without another way to enforce its new ban on daytime camping.
Surviving the Game Day. 25 years ago today, the action-revenge film opened in theaters. Now that the Douglas County PUD can manufacture commercial hydrogen, the question is when it might start.
After 21 months of construction, Wenatchee's first waterfront hotel will finally open its doors at the end of April.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
The city of Moses Lake could resort to removing homeless campers' property without another way to enforce its new ban on daytime camping. The Moses Lake City Council passed an ordinance last week banning all camping in open public spaces from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. But city officials say the ordinance as passed lacks any enforcement action after a section to allow for the city to issue civil infractions was removed. Moses Lake Police Chief Kevin Fuhr said officers can only ask for campers to move, but cannot require them to relocate. Fuhr said the city attorney has confirmed the city can post a 72-hour notice to campers that the property needs to be moved or the city will remove it and store it for up to 60 days. But Fuhr also said if the camper moves their property after the 72-hour notice is posted, even by just a block, the process restarts. The owner of the property could also pick up their items from storage, set it up during the day, and again restart the process. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
It's April 15th, 2019, or as action movie fans throughout the Wenatchee Valley call it, Surviving the Game Day. 25 years ago today, the action-revenge film opened in theaters, starring Ice-T, Charles S. Dutton, Gary Busey, Rutger Hauer, and a host of other name actors. Director Ernest Dickerson's R-rated flick about a homeless man abducted to the wilderness as prey for a team of sadistic rich men was largely shot in Wenatchee and in the surrounding forest lands in 1993. The city shots, at locations including the downtown Bruce Hotel, were supposed to stand in for Seattle, and when Ice-T turns the tables on his pursuers, much of the chase takes place near Lake Wenatchee, Entiat, and in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest. It wasn't always make-believe. During the shooting, Oscar-winning actor F. Murray Abraham was injured when a drunken driver struck his vehicle and died. '94 was a good year for movies shot near Wenatchee. Steven Seagal's On Deadly Ground came out the same year, with Lake Wenatchee posing as Alaska, and Mad Love, starring Drew Barrymore, shot scenes that year at the Waterville Plateau, Pine Canyon, and the Palisades. Changes in film financing pulled large productions away from north central Washington after the mid-1990s, mostly to Canada, but we'll always have Surviving the Game, and the important lesson it taught us all.
Burns is something you should always do when you find a gun. Always check the barrel.
Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Now that the Douglas County PUD can manufacture commercial hydrogen, the question is when it might start.
We would hope to have something viable in the next 5 to 10 years would be very doable.
Gary Ivory, the Public Utility District's general manager, says he's thrilled with the passage this week of State Senate Bill 5588, which allows Washington PUDs to produce, distribute, and sell renewable hydrogen, as long as they use renewable electricity, like hydropower, to make it. 12th District Senator Brad Hawkins, who worked for the Douglas PUD until 2018, pushed the bill to unanimous passage through both houses, and Governor Jay Inslee is expected to sign. Ivory sees hydrogen as a potential moneymaker when there's excess power from Wells Dam, which has about 840 megawatts of capacity.
Where there is a place for electric vehicles, electrically powered vehicles, we think hydrogen might be able to fuel larger vehicles such as semis and trains and locomotives and different things like that.
The PUD would use electrolysis to harvest hydrogen from water. Any plant would be located somewhere other than Wells Dam, probably close to a substation with water access.
There are several things involved in the manufacturing process, and we're trying to evaluate that right now. A pilot project might be in the 2 to 3 megawatt range, and then it could ramp up from there.
Ivory wouldn't identify a dollar figure for investment, but in February he told a state Senate committee,
for around $3 million, we think we can purchase a 2 to 3 megawatt electrolyzer as kind of a test project so that we can determine if this is economically feasible. That's what our plan would be.
Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
After 21 months of construction, Wenatchee's first waterfront hotel will finally open its doors at the end of April. The Hilton Garden Inn is one of the more conveniently located hotels in the Wenatchee Valley, situated next to iFIBER and is only walking distance away from the Wenatchee Convention Center. Hotel manager Dan Williams says the inn's amenities are top-notch.
It's mainly our service, but also we have a full-service restaurant that's open for breakfast with a buffet as well as dinner service. We have a full-service bar with an outdoor patio. Patio extends through almost the length of the hotel, overlooking the river. So we think that's probably one of our biggest amenities, as well as our heated pool and fitness center.
Williams says the inside of the hotel isn't camera ready yet, but we did obtain some photos and renderings of what the inside of the building will look like. Williams says the hotel is slated to open April 26 and will begin accepting reservations on May 17th. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at ifiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.